Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper, and on this channel here we are talking about skincare, and we don't use a filter. So when you see me here, it is just as if you saw me on the high street. Apart from today, I don't have a sunscreen on, and that is because we are going to test a sunscreen. We are going to test a Korean sunscreen, and we are going to test one from the company called AHC, and you can see that here. And the reason we are going to test this one here particularly is because I was at the opera the other day, and I met there with some of my Korean friends, and one of them, he said that he had used this one here, or rather one of his friends had used it, and he was out doing some sort of sport activity and stuff like that, and he said it was really good, but there was just a little bit of an issue. And if we just open this one here, we can have a little look at what that might be. If we open it like this, it is not something that you squeeze out of a bottle. It is this sort of thing here that you are turning up or screwing up like that. So kind of like you can go over your face with it, and we'll do that in a moment. So the thing was that he used it on his arm. So he just went up and down his arm. Unfortunately, he just went like that, and he missed a long strip here, so he got pretty red there, so burned. So in that sense, it meant that the product was actually working. Now, this product here is an SPF of 50 plus, as you can see here. And with the Korean sunscreens, there is this thing that they are what is called a functional cosmetics, or that is what you are supposed to look out for, and it will say that on the package, and you can normally see it in this instance here. You can see it at the back up here. 기능성 화장품. So the thing is that these are functional cosmetics. That means that they are tested to be what they claim to be, that they're actually working against a UVA. But as I've said in other of these Korean sunscreens review videos, I would like to see some sort of a European testing, maybe some European consumer magazines testing this stuff here, because yes, it might be that it is an SPF 50 plus, but I would like to see something like Boots star rating and stuff like that, something that I am familiar with. So in this sense here, apparently it did work, but you can't really just say just because you didn't burn when you're out in the sun that it is an SPF of 50 plus. It might be an SPF of only 15, and that still protects you like 93% from the UV light, so you would not burn if you put the correct amount on. So the thing is with this one here, how much should you actually apply? When you look at the web page, then it is a bit like they just kind of like show that you can go up like this, and some even say that you can use it on top of makeup. I doubt that really, because this stuff here, we can just have a little quick look on the side here. If I put that stuff on here, it goes on pretty easy, yes, but it is really difficult to make sure that you are, as with the arm, that you are actually getting it all over. So still I would say that you need to smear it in. Now, I don't have any cream underneath this sunscreen that I'll be putting on, so it just be straight onto my skin. And I have tried this earlier, and I would say I feel that it is a little bit to the greasy side. I would actually say this rather to the very greasy side, but if we are going to test this properly, then we need this sort of a spoon here, and we need more than is in this spoon here, because only 1 milliliter. So we actually need 1.25 milliliter. So I just thought I would take a little knife to it and then cut a piece off and try to kind of like put it into the spoon and see how much we get, because yes, this might be convenient, but it's not that convenient, because you don't know how much will be getting on your face, and that is very important. So we just take a little bit off here and put in and see how it goes. So like that. So this is not liquid, so it is a little bit difficult. So now this is, as you can see, it's not even 1 milliliter, so I actually need a little bit more. So if we just look at what of the sunscreens, the filters that they have put in this stuff here, then it is some of the old-fashioned ones, and it is some of the modern ones. You cannot get it in America, and I think some other countries as well. But the issue here is that we are having actually two salicylates in it. So we have hormone salad and we have ethylhexyl salicylate, and those two, they are derivatives of salicylic acid, and salicylic acid that has, at least in animal studies, been shown to be a hormone disruptor, so you don't want a lot of that stuff. And then there is another thing, and I think that in Hawaii they will not be particularly happy about this product here, because there is something called octinoxate in it, and that is something that is being banned in Hawaii. So yes, that was just a lot of things about these filters that are not that great. But apart from those filters, there are some modern filters in it as well, and as I said, that is why you cannot get it in America. So this stuff here, if we just has this amount here, kind of like, if you say that this is maybe a 1.25 milliliter, then we can try and put that stuff on my face, but that would be for the entire face. So we just try, and if we could get it out of the scoop, whoops, like that. So obviously we will have to warm it up a little bit, so this will be a little bit difficult, but it will sort of like dissolve, kind of like tough butter or something like that. So obviously this is not the way it is meant to be used, but either you do it like this, or you just add and add and add to be sure that you have added enough, and then I think you will be shining to high heaven. So we go on with this stuff here, and it has a sort of smell of a sanatorium or something like that. Not unpleasant, but fresh in some sort of way. So now we smear this stuff on. And I would say, if you don't like Vaseline and stuff like that, the feeling of that on your skin, maybe this is not for you. This is very, very greasy. It reminds me of once I actually tried to put some butter on my face to see if I could dissolve some of the sebum on the face. And I would say it works a treat, but you become really greasy in the face. And it's not for you if you're vegan, and you would not put butter on your face. So we put it down here as well. So as you can see, it actually is possible to warm this up to a degree that you can get it on your face. But I'm just thinking, this is not something you will do every morning. And if you put this stuff on first, and then you try to kind of like add a little bit of some foundation, or something like that, a bit of a powder maybe, this will not be your friend. This will be something that is sort of like maybe will send you into hysterics or something like that, and that is maybe not something you want to in the morning. So yes, I would say definitely it is I would say maybe even moisturizing. This stuff here contains a lot of plant extracts and stuff like that, and the first ingredient is actually dimethicone, and you might think that then you will get a sort of silky sort of feel on the skin, but I think because there is so many of these plant extracts and oils and that sort of thing in the product, this is definitely not going to give you any sort of silky dry touch feel at all. And it also contains coconut oil, so maybe you are one of those that don't like coconut oil. There is a lot of talk about that not being great for the skin and so on. So yes, if you think that this is great and you don't like coconut oil, then you should not buy this stuff here. So yes, this I mean, you can't go anywhere like this. It looks completely like you have put grease on your face. This is no, this is not gonna work in any way. And yes, on top of that, you don't even know if it lives up to any sort of a European standard as such. You just have to believe the Korean stuff, if that is correct, that it is an SPF of 50 plus, and then it has you can see down here, it is an PA of 4 pluses, and that means that it is good, or it's supposed to be good, in order to avoid you getting a tan basically. But it won't really say anything about what the UVA protection actually is. It just says that it has this PA and 4 pluses, and that is basically meant to show you if you will get brown or tanned if you're using the product, but it might not tell you much about if you will get any sort of sun damage 10 years from now if you are starting to use this stuff here, so any sort of these sunspots. So yes, is this stuff something I'm going to buy again? No, I can just add a little bit to my eyelids as well. I did that earlier today, and I would say it did not immediately annoy my eye, but it was kind of like having some sort of oily sort of stuff on my face or coming up into the eyes, just like if you're having a normal sunscreen that is wandering into your eyes, and it might burn your eye or something like that, or feels like that. But here it was just like it just annoyed the eye, but it didn't burn or really irritated. It was just like there is something going on there compared to the other side, but I did not have anything on at that time. So yes, this stuff here, definitely it's a no from me. So yes, it might be convenient just to be able to use it like this, but it might be that if you're using some of these UV cameras, that you might be able to see it popping up. I think actually they have shown that for some of their earlier products, because this is a new version of the same product. But just because it shows up on a UV camera, it doesn't mean that it is an SPF of 50 plus. It might be an SPF of 15 or 30 or something around there. It will still show up as being this purple blackish color on a UV camera, so it's not something you can use in order to determine how high the SPF factor is. So this stuff here, I would say nice packaging, it looks like this, but it is definitely not something I'm gonna buy again. This is it is not gonna work, and it's not gonna sink into my skin. I used it earlier today and I had it on for hours on end, and it just kept being like, what is this? So yeah, this is not something I'm gonna buy again. So yes, that was my little verdict on this product here. It is not something I'm gonna buy again. So if you'd like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe to the bell and do all those things you must do in order to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.